Alright, so we have our first Naruto Storm 4 gameplay. I'm loving what I'm seeing right now. The first Hokage going full out taijutsu on Madara, just kicking him, punching him, using his Mokuton style fighting. Madara goes all the way back to the other side of the platform to fan up some fire, and the fucking graphics, man. These are the best Storm graphics we've seen thus far, and it makes sense. This is for the PS4, it's the new generation. The graphics automatically should be better, and the quality's going to be better. It's going to be 1080p on some crazy shit. Obviously, if you're a console gamer like me, if you're on the PC, you might get that shit on 4K or something. But in all honesty, this short clip shows us a couple of things. First of all, the graphics were obviously updated. You can see the fluidity as the fire's being unleashed. You know, in the previous games, it would lag a little bit, maybe skip a couple of frames here and there. But with this new system, it should be harder for people to get those cheap shots, either using dash, whatever the fuck. And forget about that for a second. Look how much detail they actually put into the scenery of every single move. It's almost like that works hand in hand with the fluidity, with the actual controlled system. So whereas it seems as if everything's very fluid frame by frame, you won't miss anything out, it's not cheap. Well, on top of the fact that it's not cheap, the actual detail behind everything isn't cheap. You see these millions of rocks floating around from the aftermath of Madara's fire jutsu. Hashirama's there running right through it, and I don't know what to say about this, honestly. I wish we got a little bit more, but judging from this one clip, it's going to be a completely new experience. And just look at the aerial view of some of the angles we see when, you know, you move around and stuff. They definitely upgraded that as well. It almost comes across a little free roamish. You see Madara all the way in the background. Hashirama's obviously in the front, and Hashirama, in a sense, it seems like if he runs closer to Madara, it sort of like pushes the angle in a different direction. This shit's fire, man. You can obviously tell this is a Storm game. This isn't a completely new concept with a completely new feel, but they definitely touched up on a lot of things, adding a realistic sense of motion, giving you for probably one of the best Storm experiences yet. I also really love the way the health bar looks inside of the game. I probably won't like it all that much when I'm losing to you guys online, but that's another story. Now, I know we all want more clips, but this is all we got thus far. I know in a couple of days when Jump Festa starts in Japan, they'll probably unleash like 100 clips on us and just rape us with new material. Maybe we'll get some of our first glimpses of Naruto fighting in Sage 6 Pass, or maybe Sasuke fighting with this new Rinnegan. That'll be crazy as shit. I mean, you guys love Minato's flash abilities. Well, if Sasuke has his Rinnegan, he could just teleport himself from one area to another in an instant on some Shisui shit, but even better because, I mean, that actually slants space-time in a sense, not just flickering around like an idiot across the battlefield. And in terms of Naruto, I don't even know what they could really give us with these creation abilities, because if he's going to be creating eyeballs, if he's gonna have floating orbs around him that he could just send to other people, and if they touch that shit, it just destroys them in one go, that'll be hacks as a motherfucker. And I think they really have to limit and marginalize Naruto, unfortunately, which sucks because we want to get a full-blown OP Naruto, but I just don't see that happening. So I'm gonna try to stay off my imagination for Naruto and Storm 4. For those that don't know, this game has been confirmed for the Xbox One as well. It didn't take much time. I knew it was going to be confirmed in an instant because it has a big market. At the end of the day, people have the Xbox One, especially in North America, since it's an American fucking console, but it was just a matter of when, and in a couple of days, it's already here. The actual box art for the game is the best box art I've ever seen for any Storm game. You have Naruto, Sasuke in their new forms with a very nice graphite background. I'm actually legally colorblind, so I don't know if that's graphite, but it's a contrast of color. Sasuke with the red, Naruto with the blue. It just looks fucking amazing. A lot better than Revolution's shitty-ass cover. Look at this. It's just like a clusterfuck of random ninja. And Storm 3's was alright in a sense. If anything, they could have put Madara possibly on the background cover, maybe a Sage's 6 Paths, or maybe a Kaguya Otsutsuki, but besides that, I can't complain. The box art looks fucking awesome. We also get a couple of HD screenshots as well. Looking at these HD screenshots, I don't actually want to analyze what's going on in them, but it just makes me imagine how fucking good some of this material that we just covered in the manga will look in-game when we actually play through it all. I'm talking about dealing with the legendary Madara, the Sage's 6 Paths coming up out of nowhere, giving Naruto Sasuke that power to obviously fight Madara. What about Kaguya taking control of the world? I really hope we get that, because the scenery, the change in dimensions, all of that stuff will obviously be included in. And I ain't even a big fan of Obito, but seeing him with his 10 tails abilities and shit flying around, sending orbs everywhere, killing off fodder, that's cool.